Hey guys, it's Lychee here. Hope you are doing good. Today I am answering a question from Amal Albertini 3401. They said, can you please make a video on building hacks? So today I have 5 things to go over with you guys to teach you how to build better and more efficiently. Let's just go ahead and get started. Number 1, getting everything you need. So I have personally fallen into this trap where I'm in the middle of a build and it is so annoying because I have to pause and go back into the city or make sure that I have to go buy something else because what I have is not exactly right. I think the way to avoid this is 1, making sure that you look into your inventory and have enough items that you need. For example, if you know that you're going to do a section with a lot of tables, just make sure that you have enough tables, and you can see in this new inventory that everything is like sorted out pretty well. Another piece of advice that I have for that is in the case that you are building or just trying to like figure out the spacing of stuff, it is pretty helpful if you just like sub in. For example, if I didn't have a Batsmaru coffee table, I could just change it out and put the My Melody coffee table for now until I'm done with the build and understanding all the spacing. Then I can know to go to the store and then make sure that I get the items that I need and come back to replace them later. So that's basically what I would do in the case that I don't have everything that I need. The second piece of advice is understanding spacing. So I actually went and counted the different floors, and every single floor minus the stage and playground area, if you don't count doing the floors there, basically the entire edge of the floor is 24 tiles long and the whole thing is square, so this way is also 24 tiles. What that means is for these small tiles, if you're counting the small like block, there's 576 tiles. If you're counting by these bigger tiles, which takes up like 4 different tiles, there's actually 144 of these tiles for each floor. And again, this is for the regular floor, like not counting what happens with the stage and playground areas on the 2nd and 3rd floors. So what does this mean for you? My advice for spacing is basically figuring out what to do with the flooring. Make sure that you have enough floor tiles, and as you can see that I've done on this Batsmaru floor, I kind of use the floor as additional dividers to separate between the different areas. Like all the kitchen has this darker flooring and then this like seating area has lighter flooring. Basically, I think using the flooring and spacing effectively is a good way to make your cafe build more interesting. Another general piece of spacing information that I would advise is just like putting a regular amount of space in between every single table and chair. So we'll take my Batsmaru floor as an example. Basically, I think when I was doing this build, I didn't really have enough Batsmaru sofas, so I decided not to put like 2 sofas per table like this. If I were to rebuild it now with enough equipment, I could do something like this and make sure that I have 2 sofas per table. And then another thing that I would advise is making sure that the spacing is all even. So for example, if I only put half a tile between these 2 sofas, I would want to match that when I redo these tables and also put half a tile between the back of this sofa and the front of this one. So I would have to like move everything up here basically. And then that same thing applies between this way, I guess. So as you can see, I have 2 tiles. So if I were going to put another table here, I would definitely want to space 2 tiles instead of like 1. I think that would make the build look a lot neater, and that's basically a principle that I follow pretty much everywhere. Like for example, here you can see that I have the same spaces between the backs of this chairs and the same between the back of these chairs. So that's another piece of advice that I would definitely try to keep in mind when I'm doing the tables and chairs. Okay, the third piece of advice, I did kind of already go over this with the flooring, but basically theming different sections. So in my builds, I feel like it makes a lot of sense to separate out different areas. So for example, here, like I've made sure this light area is for sure going to be all seating. And then here in front of the stage, this is all seating. And then over here in the corner is a lot of ovens and cooking stuff. And then over here is more seating. I feel like to me it looks a lot more neat and it's very cohesive when you have different areas for eating and for the workers. You see this also in real life restaurants and kitchens and stuff like that, so I just feel like that makes sense. I've seen a lot of builds where they try to put the ovens like next to the different like tables and stuff like that. Personally, I feel like it becomes very messy very quickly, so I try to stay away from that. But I think that's something which is up to personal preference. So if you guys have a different opinion, do let me know in the comments. Okay, my fourth piece of advice is also about like these kitchen areas. I don't really do this anymore, but on the topic of kind of separating out like the different drink machines and ovens and kitchen materials, I would say that if you are still in the stage where you're not yet at level 70, it makes a lot of sense basically to put any like ovens or things that the employee needs close to the elevator thing. And I'm calling this green dot that lets you transport between the floors the elevator. Basically, why does this make sense? So as you can see, all of the employees are coming out here and then going all the way down this hall in order to get drinks for any of the orders. If you are not yet at level 70, or if you're still in the stage where you're like grinding for coins and stuff like that, basically all of the workers will be a lot more efficient if you just keep all of the kitchen things closer to the elevator, because then they're fulfilling the orders faster and then you're getting money and finishing the orders faster too. Okay, and then the last thing that I have to go over that I see in a lot of builds is neglecting and forgetting doing the ceiling lights. So I think this is like something where a lot of people, when they are planning out their build, they literally just forget about doing the lights because it's on the ceiling and you know it's not like the first thing you think about. But as you can see, I think it can really add a lot to making sure that your builds look really nice. Here I have put so many cinema roll lights, and then I also have the wall lamps as well. I think that when you're buying stuff and trying to plan it out, you can definitely use the lights to add a lot of interest and like make sure that your floor doesn't look so flat. So basically, it's important to me, I think, that people do not forget the ceiling lights when you're considering your build and buying items for your floor. So yeah, I think that is everything that I have to go over for you guys today. If you guys have more questions or tips that you have for other people's builds, leave them in the comments. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.